Monaco, drawing a lot of people in, and one of the reasons is this race, Tim.
It is indeed, yes. The men's 400 metres, one Wade van Niekerk goes in lane 5, the Olympic champion and world record holder from Rio last year. That's Luke Janicic, goes on the outside, the Slovenian 21-year-old. Best of 45.23 this year, European under-23 champion just last weekend. Vern Norwood, the American world champion from the last World Championships in the long relay. Norwood has run 44.4 this year. Isaac Makwala, well, the world number 3, the 30-year-old Botswanan in amazing form, a fabulous double in Madrid last Friday, 200 and 400 double in just over an hour. He ran 43.9 and 19.7. There is the man, Van Niekerk, Wade van Niekerk. A world record in Rio, of course. And he's run a 300 metres world best and a 400 metres season's best just in the last 3 weeks. And he says he was holding back a little bit. Asked him a question at a press conference yesterday. He said he was holding back, and Van Niekerk in 5. Inside him, Babaloki Thebe of Botswana, the world number 4, the African champion 2 years ago. He's in special form as well. Gil Roberts of the USA, second in the US Championships and a personal best at 44.22. Hasn't raced since those US Championships some 4 weeks or so ago now in Sacramento. Tony McQuay, another experienced relay runner, was in the Rio gold medal winning squad, ran the second leg, was 5th in their championship, so he'll be in the relay squad again, the American. He goes in 2. And then Teddy Atine of France goes in lane 1. He could really struggle in this sort of company, a 45.3 man this year. That is his lifetime best. But he is the French champion this season. So, Gil Roberts in 3, one of the US squad. Thebe of Botswana, who is in wonderful form. He's world number 4 this year. Van Niekerk goes in 5. And Isaac Makwala, who could be a danger, goes in lane 6. Many people expecting something rather special from Van Niekerk here tonight. If the gloves come off and he gives it 100%, won in Lausanne 3 weeks back and looked very, very comfortable indeed, running 43.62. His world record, remember, 43.03 in Rio last year. People talking in hushed breaths about a sub-43 second run sometime this year. Van Niekerk's in 5, Makwala in lane 6. All right. Well, away they go. Will Van Niekerk take this out aggressively? Already, I think Makwala's taken half a metre out of him in the light blue. Third to left there on your picture. Van Niekerk now getting into his running, and there's an acceleration there at about 110 metres. A visible acceleration from the South African. 150 done, and he's breezed past Makwala, who is in fabulous form. We know that. Now, this is fast from Van Niekerk through 250. He's settled here, running nice and steadily. Outside him, Norwood has been passed, and he's 2 lanes outside Van Niekerk. Now Makwala kicks hard on the crown of the bend, and Van Niekerk loses a couple of metres from the Botswanan there into the straight, and brilliant running too from Thebe in the orange there in lane 4. Van Niekerk, has he got the legs to outlast the man from Botswana? Yes, he has by a metre. Watch the clock. 43.75, and that was a special race. A real contest to the line. They had to run a long way under 44 seconds just to get in the first 2 there, with Thebe having a great run in lane 4. But Van Niekerk needed a race there because he's looked rather like a man putting on exhibition performances in the last few races, despite a world best over 300 and a world best over 400 metres in his last 2 outings. But that, Steve, fastest time in the world this year for Van Niekerk, probably just what he needed. A really good effort where he had to dig deep.
Yeah, it's a meeting record. It's not quite the fastest in the world, Tim. It's a meeting record, 43.73, just a tad off the world's fastest, which is, of course, set by him. But a different race here. I mean, you were saying about maybe he's getting a little bit carried. I think Makwala's in such good form. He attacked that first 200 metres, Van Niekerk, so hard. Didn't get a stopwatch on it, but it looked very quick. And then all of a sudden, Makwala around the top end worked into the race. And now this is what makes him a winner, though. He can dig deep. And, and that's what makes you stand out. When he maybe had gone out a little bit hard that first 200 metres, not in the place he wanted to be. He certainly didn't want to have Makwala and indeed Thebe on the inside, working down the home straight with him. But he dug out the victory, and he had to. A superb race from these 3 of them, really, but certainly particularly these 2. Makwala and Van Niekerk. Makwala is getting quicker with every race. So as good as Van Niekerk is, as much of a favourite he is, the World Championship final is not going to be so easy.
43.73, Van Niekerk, Makwala there in second, 43.84, Thebe, 44.26, a very strong third place in that men's 400 metres, and it was indeed a meeting record.